Hello everyone, it's Natasha here from Treasure Books. Look at these little cutie pies. In today's video, we are going to go step by step making these little charms, the little mini book charms. So basically what they are is a tiny little gorgeous beauty like this. They can be hung onto anything really. I like to put them on my journals on the spine, and they open up, and of course there's a little booklet inside that you can write little secret messages or words or whatnot in there, or you can just have it as it is, and it can be a little decoration on your journal. It can be a little pendant, it can be a little necklace. Sky's the limit, right? I hope you like it. I hope you stick around, and let us begin. Okay, so our very first step is cutting your leather to size. It doesn't have to be leather, it can be any thicker material that will hold its shape. So I've just got little small offcuts over here. I'm giving you measurements in case you want to follow the exact measurements. You don't have to, you can use your own, you can make them all different sizes. They don't all have to be the same. So you can check by looking at it like this how large it's going to be. So it's a small little offcut, and then this is a larger offcut, so this would give me something like this, something bigger. But I really wanted to make them all the same size, the ones that I've got over here. So I'm going to stick to that size, and that's the size that I'm using. So just over 2 inches long by 7/8 of an inch high. You can make that into an inch just to make it easier, I guess. All right, so I'm just going to trim this piece down to that size. So I've got 2 pieces of little leather cuts, and I'm going to use this color just because it's coming up a little bit better on camera. So I have got this purple one cut down to just over 2 inches and 7/8 of an inch high. So that's my measurement. And the next thing we're going to do, step number 2, is we want to fold the leather into 3 to determine where our spine is. So this is what I mean. So we fold it into 3 like that. That's what our book is going to look like. So this right here is our spine. And now what I'm going to do is poke a hole in the spine. So I'm just going to mark, it's approximate, doesn't have to be exact science, but approximately about there. So we want to poke a hole towards the top. Here we go, so that's the hole poked. And now what I'm going to do is add a jump ring. I'm just using broken pieces of jewelry or leftovers from broken necklaces and things like that. So I'm going to remove one of these, and I'm going to put it into my spine. I'm going to close it for now, but then later I will have to open it up to attach my chain. But I'm not going to attach my chain here now because it will be in my way when I'm binding the little book. Okay, so the next thing we're up to is signatures. So I have cut down some strips of paper, and you just want to make sure that they're a little bit shorter than your cover. So this one you can see is just a little bit shorter than your cover. You might want to make it even a little bit more shorter, but I think I'll leave it as it is for the moment. And I'm just going to use this thickness. So I have 3 strips, and I'll show you what I do. So first I've got little strips ready. Then I'm going to fold it in half, just one, and I'm going to fold it in half again and fold it in half again. So this gives me 4 pages. And then I'm going to do the same for my next strip. So you might have noticed that the lengths of the strips don't matter, and they don't matter because we will be trimming the ends off, because this will still be too large for my book. So now when I put this one and this one together like this will give me 8 pages. So just so you can see the difference, this one here has 12 pages and this one here has 8 pages. And in my opinion, the thicker ones with the 12 pages look better, or you can achieve that look by simply using thicker paper. I'm using just standard copy paper. And so I'm going to be doing 12 pages. So that means I need to fold another one. And this is my signature. It's not ready yet, but this is my teeny tiny little signature, which is now going to go into my cover. I just want to check where I need to cut it, because you can see it's too long. What I'm going to do is place it along the spine. So my spine is here where we've already punched that hole. So I just want to place it either just behind the jump ring or right next to it. Okay, so here we go. And now the next thing I'm going to do, this doesn't have to be exact science. It really doesn't matter if the papers are sticking out a little bit here. So, but I marked it where I need to trim off my pages. And this is where I'm going to cut all of my pages. All right, here we go. So I'm just protecting my desk. I'm going to use my metal ruler and just make sure that I'm cutting it straight down. That looks about right. And now I'm just going to trim off the excess. Okay, so here is my little signature. There are 12 little pieces of paper like this, which when folded make it 24 pages. This is a single page, and that gives you 48 sides. So side 1, side 2. Okay, not that it really matters, but just in case if you wanted to know. And now we're placing it into our book, and that's perfect. You can see it's covering it completely. The cover is covering my pages completely. And now fold over, and that's looking really, really good. So I'm quite happy with that. So my next step is actually sewing in this signature. Okay, so the way that I do it is I put my signature back to where I want it. Now you might be able to see that the holes are already punched through, and that's because I've just filmed it but not filmed it, so I have to redo it. So you don't pre-punch the holes. I'm just putting that signature in there, and then I have my needle over here, so I'm just going to find the middle. It kind of already opens to the middle, and just going to place my needle somewhere, you know, not in the middle, but not all the way close to my jump ring there. So just approximately around here. So I'll open it so you can see. Pretend this hole is not here. It's only there because I filmed it but didn't film it. So approximately like that. You just need 2 holes. So I'm going to push that through. And now what I do is, instead of coming back in from the spine, I poke the second hole first. It's just easier poking a hole from this side. Okay, so now I've poked my second hole, and I'm just going to come back in from the outside. Coming back in. 2 holes is all you need. I did do a pamphlet stitch previously, but it's just a lot more work, so putting my needle away. So now I just need to tie a knot, but I don't want to waste all of this string. I don't know if I mentioned, in terms of string, I'm using waxed thread, but you can use anything that you have on hand, embroidery floss, anything. And now I'm just going to tie a knot, a double knot, so that it stays in place. And here's my little signature sewn in. And now I just like to work the pages just a little bit. If they're actually going to be functional, if you're going to be writing tiny little notes or like little words, then, you know, but in most cases these are not going to be used. Well, they might be used, who knows. Okay, so here we go, that's done. So now we are working on our closure, and we want to poke a hole on the front cover. So this little flap is the front cover, and we're doing approximately a third down, a third of this. I think that looks about right there. Move it away, and now poke my hole. And I just usually use my tweezers, because leather is quite forgiving and comes back in on itself. So I just make a slightly bigger hole like that. And now the next thing that we want to do, I've measured approximately, I need for my size booklet, I need about 14 inches, 14-inch long string. So and this also depends on how many times you want to wrap your little book, so you might need to experiment with the sizes. Alright, so here is my 14-inch string. And now what I need to do, we're doing step number 8, we're attaching a charm. So I'm using this handmade little charm that I purchased on eBay. So I am just putting it through like this. I'm going to find the middle by putting these two loose ends together, finding a middle. So that's my middle there. And now I want to tie a knot slightly above. You can tie it right there, it's up to you. I just like to tie it slightly above. So I've got on the notes here about 1 centimeter away from the charm. And now I realize that I've been using inches and centimeters and all sorts of, but you know, it's just approximately, just approximate. Here we go. Okay, so now that that's on, now I need to put, we're doing step 9, we're looping these free ends through that hole that we punched on the cover. Here we go. 1, 2, perfect. And I just want to make sure everything is nice. Okay, and now we need to test the size by wrapping around the book. So this is a little bit of a fiddly process. So I'm not tying any knots yet. I just want to wrap it around and see, you know, how much of a string I need. So I wrap it around 1, 2, 3. So that's I'm happy with 3 wraps, but you can do 4. I'll just show you the difference. You can see this one here is 3 wraps, this one's 4 wraps. So it just means you have more string around the book. So in this case, I need to shorten the string a little bit. So I'm just going to pull up and I'm going to try it again. 2, 3. Now I just need a little bit more. So this is what I mean fiddly. You kind of have to go back and forth, back and forth. And I am quite happy with this size. So what I'm going to do now is tie string on the inside. And this might move here and there a little bit. So I found that what I find helpful is just to make a tiny little mark on my strings there. Just so when I'm tying my knot, I know sort of where the knot has to go. And I also don't tie the knot tight until I check that everything's okay. So I tie a very loose knot, put it back through, and now I'm just going to wrap it again just to double check. I need a little bit more. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. And now I want to cut off the excess up here. So I've made sure that I've tightened the knot. Okay, so you want that knot now to be very tight. And I have trimmed off the excess. And for some reason, I like the knot to be sitting this way, so down, so that when I wrap around it. And here we go, 1, 2, 3, and now we're up to step 11. So we wrap around the book and slide the charm under the strings to hold the charm in place. So here we go, and then I just kind of, you know, I just kind of move the strings around to make them look the way I want them to look, I guess. Okay, so that's that done. For our next step, we want to attach a charm, we want to attach a chain here on our jump ring. So if you don't have any chain or any broken necklaces and things like that, you can just use string or ribbon, or, you know, you can definitely improvise this step. But I will be attaching a little chain and then a little lobster claw. I think they're called lobster claws. Here we go, one of those little things. I'm going to be attaching this up the top, just so then I can have the option of attaching it onto, you know, a tassel or a charm or a spine of my book or whatever. So I am using just broken old chain necklace. I'm just gonna, you know, and then in terms of length, I haven't been measuring. I've got some shorter, I've got some longer, so maybe I'll just make it a little bit shorter. And now I need another one of these little loops, or jump rings rather. I am going to attach it to my chain, and before I close it, I'm going to attach the lobster claw onto it as well. And now I'm going to close it. So I have that part ready, and now I just need to go back to my little jump ring here and open it back up. And I am attaching my chain there, and I just need to close it back up. So our next step is to admire our handiwork, and of course repeat the process and make some more. These are my little beauties. They were a lot of fun to make, and they look so beautiful and gorgeous, and I'm thinking of hanging them on journals because that's my thing, but they would make a nice little necklace or a little gift for somebody else. Okay, so here's that opportunity to take a screenshot. Please let me know what you guys think of this little project. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already, and that way you'll be notified of all of the video uploads that I do. Thank you again for being here, spending time with me today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!